price come and retest it. So if price come and tested the 50, could that be a potential second entry? Do you think?
Yeah, giving us an ID 50, an intraday 50. Are you aware of that? Yeah, that's one.
Yeah. So that could
That's
be another option.
that's an opportunity that you could be waiting for in ID 50.
And I'm guessing on the TDI, it would be like a market baseline bounce.
Exactly.
If that was the case. Yeah.
Exactly. Based on the market baseline, bounce off the market baseline.
Yeah. Can you still see my screen? Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So hoping for that to happen on that pair. I'm also looking at not that pair. I was looking at this pair here because I thought this might have been peak formation low. And again,
that's GU, right?
This is Australian USD.
You're saying?
So I was hoping for a W formation, but again, possibly missed the move already.
Yeah, W has been formed right there.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. Like with my trading journey so far, I find that I keep missing the move, and then I'll get in too late, and then the dealer will come back and hit my stop because I've come in too late, when I should have entered down here.
Well, if
So
you if you were to enter down there, what would be your entry reasons? What would be your reason of entry? Right.
So the reason is because there's been 3 levels of drop. We're in peak formation low. We're ADR times 3. And there's the first leg outside the volatility bands, and the second leg is inside it. There's a W, and there's also divergence just here.
So I mean, like your entry trigger. What would be your entry trigger?
This is the thing. I don't really have an entry trigger, to be honest with you.
You don't really have. Okay, so I could give you mine if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, mine, it's the entry trigger that I use nameable candlestick patterns, and I use the 13 EMA crossover, the blood crossover. Once on the M15 on the M15. Exactly. So my entry, clearly you can see that I use morning stars, evening stars, shift candle, railroad candlesticks, and code of wood candlesticks. Those are my confirmation candlestick patterns, and I want to see price. I take my trade after a candle crosses above or below the 13 EMA on M15 time frame. So my trade will be right after that bullish candlestick, that bullish close.
What about this morning star down here?
Yeah. Then so my entry would be after that bullish candlestick, that bullish close.
Saying here?
Exactly. No, not that one. The one before that one.
This one here?
Exactly, that one. Exactly. After that candlestick close, I would take the trade.
Okay.
Exactly.
Nice. But then we've got a little tiny retracement on this one here.
Exactly. But you can see that it didn't do anything. It wouldn't even get closer to the stop loss. The stop loss would be right below that morning
The
star.
stop loss would have been below the low of the day, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
So if you'd have ended
so after all the confirmation that you just said, the three levels of drop, peak formation low, the W, the TDI crossover, the shark fin, and all that, the divergence. After I see all that happen, I then switch over to my M15. Then I look for my my candlestick, I look for the candlestick pattern present, and I look for my close above or below the 13 EMA. Then I strike the trade right there, depending on what.
So earlier on, you were talking about order blocks.
Order blocks,
Is that something you would? Yeah. So I've not looked into order blocks just yet. So could you explain how order blocks would be used in this situation right now?
Okay, in this situation right now, um, well, order blocks, how they work, they can work in place of levels.
Okay.
So you can use it's either you can use levels or you can use order blocks or you can use both. So I use order blocks because they are easy to use, and I use order blocks for my targets and for my areas of interest, like an area that I would be expecting to take my trade, an area that I would be expecting to look for a W or for an M. So for this instance, there are order blocks, right? The order blocks that I would use that are of interest. Usually, I use my order blocks on the H4 time frame for the analysis of for predicting my bias, my directional bias.
Let me go to the 4 hour. Let me just check.
Okay.
Have a look. So on here, what would be an area of your interest for an order block
Okay.
on
Can
this
you
side?
can you like this beautiful order block right there? Let me see. Let me annotate here. This order block right here. Can you see the rectangle that I just drew?
Yeah, I can see that. That's cool.
I think I then covered the candlestick. Let me clear it. Can you like draw the order block where I indicated, so that using the trading view too?
Bear with me, 2 seconds. So I think you did it like, was it here?
Yeah, it was on the on no on the candlestick, on the right, right on the candlestick, on that bullish inverted hammer candlestick.
Okay. So like here.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Now you can stretch it out all the way to the week of that inverted hammer. Exactly. Exactly. So that would be my area of interest. Because if you try to look for, do you know how to like use market structure to determine market structure, the high lows, lower lows, lower low, lower high?
Not really. Like I told you yesterday, I've only been trading for like 3 months. And
Oh,
I come across the market maker strategy like straight away.
oh,
So
okay,
so
okay,
the way I look at market structure is I try and find 3 levels of rise or 3 levels of drop,
okay.
and then I'll try and find like a peak formation W or M, and then
Okay, but I'm going to ask you this. You can clearly see that the market, as it looks right now, it's in a bearish phase. Like the market's been dropping, like from the past, like 6 June. You can see that, right? Like if you try to
yeah,
like basing on what you're seeing right now, like right now on the this is like a bearish phase. Like price has been dropping for the most part.
yeah.
So because price has been dropping, we are in a sell phase. So as for me, I'll be expecting to take sell trades only. Then, so since I'll be expecting to take sell trades, that area of interest that I just drew right there, that's an area where after price gets bullish for a while, I expect it to get to that pink zone that she has to the order block right there. Then it
Okay,
then it rejects from that area. Then I start looking for my M of that area, or or if I want you to do this, keep this particular order block right there till price gets to till price gets to it. Like keep it right there. Like for some while, I think for up to Friday, I think price would have got to that area. If I think there's going to be some news. But then if it does not push to that area, maybe we'll check again back. We'll check back on it maybe on Monday in the following week, but price has to get to that zone before it continues dropping down. Since market
Okay,
is
so what was the reason why you thought this was an area of interest? Like, what was the reason for that? Was it because it was the most recent bullish candle before the big drop, or
it's because it has formed the structure of an order block. Like it is formed the
oh,
structure of another block. What I think the best thing that I made videos on this, they are on my YouTube channel, so I'm going to give you the link so that you can like watch everything, like how you determine it, because if I try to explain it here, we'll take the most part of this discussion on
okay,
talking on one concept. So the best thing is just
okay,
like watch it on a separate video. Then maybe it's a really simple concept that you just need about 2 minutes to grasp. The video is about 8 minutes. It's really short and you'd have grasped it. It's really easy. So it's nothing to
and
worry
would you
about.
say that it? Would you say that it goes hand in hand with the whole Steve Morrow market maker
Exactly.
method? Because I know
It
that in his course he says that you shouldn't mix other things, with his work. So
it- uh well, since you said you are 3 months into like the Steve Mauer strategy, um
yeah,
I think but can you say that you have mastered the Steve Mauer strategy, that like you now understand it?
I understand it, and yeah, like in hindsight, I can see it all crystal clear. But
Oh,
in
perfect.
foresight, my execution isn't great, and that's definitely my weakness. But yeah, I definitely understand the method. Definitely.
Perfect. How about have you ever tried, have you ever back tested it? Have you been back testing it, like the Steve Mauer concept?
Yeah, bro. I spend like 4 or 5 hours a day just trying to like learn this stuff and back test. I
Oh,
spend a lot of
nice.
time doing it.
Nice. So I think you're good to go. I think you're fine. So you could just use these order blocks to just add it to the arsenal, to the whole Steve Mauer arsenal. Because as of me, I'm also a BTMM like student, and I've mastered it. Then I've got to see some flaws that I've come across on it. Then I just had to like add a bit of things to just make it easier and understandable, and it has been working for me. So
Sounds good. So I'll definitely check that out for sure.
yeah, you
Definitely.
just check it out, and you could just, if it complicates your whole strategy, you can just leave it out. But then if you find it to be like maybe it's something that could be useful, you just add it to your arsenal as well.
Yeah, I'm always looking to try and improve my execution, and
Exactly. Yeah,
if that helps me do that,
it
then
will definitely help. It will definitely help your execution.
okay, that sounds good. Looking at this pair now, would you say that we've got
Once I
the
just need to
retest of the
pause
market
it.
baseline? You there?
Come again?
Yeah. So we said earlier that this could now retest this line here, and on the TDI we're seeing a test of the market baseline again. Do you think there's a possible entry?
To the downside.
Yeah, to the downside. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there is a possible entry, but then it would be a risky trade, since we are having like the the 50 and the 200 EMA is like really close by.
Yeah, and they just crossed as well.
Exactly.
Um,
So it would be like it's really risky as of now. It would be really risky as of now.
what I'd like to see though, I'd like to see this.
Exactly. So at
That'd be a
least
nice.
So at least you know that while when price will be completing this pattern that you just drew, the 50 and the 200 over here will be like getting closer to price and having high chances of being broken. So unlike how they are positioned right now. Someone just said it's also because of trap volume. Yes, trap volume is also another reason why one can predict like an area of an order block, like a reason for an order block formation. It also it One of the reasons could also be your trade volume, trade volumes, where people would have put their stop losses and their sell trades and like a whole bunch of stuff like that. Their buy
Yeah.
limits.
Guess there must have been a
So
bit of liquidity here.
exactly. So that's why I suggest like to just watch over it, then you just get the whole concept of it.
So if price comes up here again and we get like a evening star or a
Ex-
railroad track, you think that's going to
Exactly.
be a safe entry?
Surface entry, and also how the 50 and the 200 will be positioned. That will also confirms the
Yeah.
the trade for
These will be a
me.
bit further away and maybe round off a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, that's what I'll be expecting. At least if that will be more that will be a bit more with confirmation. Because in this thing called forex trading, confirmation is key. Like you need confirmation for every move and every decision that you make. Confirmation is
for
key.
sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Just for like confidence in the future as well, you know.
Yeah, that's the right thing. That's the right feeling to have. Confident.
So so in this situation, I'm only going to place a trade if we get price action back to this point here with a nice confirmation candle setup. Yeah.
Come again?
So in this situation we're in right now with this pair,
Uh-huh.
if price comes back up here
Uh-huh.
and gives us a nice confirmation candle setup, then it could
Mhm.
be a nice sell signal and make our way possibly to the 800 EMA.
Exactly. And if it breaks, if price gets up to where you just indicated, give us a name of a candlestick pattern. And finally, what I would like to see is a crossover the 13 MA first. Then I'll take the trade.
So say that again. Sorry. What EMAs would you like to see cross? Would the ketchup and the mustard?
No, not EMA is crossing, but price closing over. Like I just told you, like my entry trigger is the 13 EMA break by the candlesticks. Like if price closes above or below the 13 EMA on my M15 and in an area of in my area of interest, like where I'm expecting to take the trade.
Okay. So what about like right now where is closed beneath the 13 EMA?
It closed underneath the 13 EMA, but it will be a risky trade because of the 50 and the 200 that will be close by to it. So,
Okay.
but if price was in a significant higher distance from the was in a significant higher distance from the 50 and the 200 there, and price closes below the 13, I'll take the trade. But right now, where it is right now, is like close to the 50, and price, we know the price usually bounces off the 50. So if it bounces off the 50 and your entry will be right there, you'll be likely to be taken out easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And how big would the stop loss be as well? Stop loss would be like 20 pips.
20
It's not
pips,
too
yeah.
bad.
20 pips above the high. 20 pips above the. So you can see now what's happening now. That price is forming
Um,
like doji to the upside. Someone made a suggestion.
yeah.
My suggestion, someone say this. My suggestion is that is advisable to mix the concept of order blocks with BTMM. They are in confluence with one another. Yes, yes, that's true.
Okay.
Do you read what this one said? That he also thinks that it's advisable to mix the order blocks with BTMM because they're in confluence with one another. That's also true. That's what I also think. And they will never go against each other most of the times. All the times actually. They never go against each other. And they even build up stronger confluence.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Definitely. Any little helps for sure. Right, I've also got a couple more pairs on my watch list that I'm keeping an eye on.
Okay. I think
Um,
I think the meeting is about to end. So can you like go through like some of them.
What's your views on this pair here?
USD CAD.
Hmm.
First, yeah.
Because I feel like we had the peak formation here. We had 3 times ADR. It looks like it's setting up for a nice level 1 safety trade from what I can see.
Level 1 safety trade.
Can you see that? So there's the peak formation there. It's dropped down, level 1. Maybe I've missed it. That could have been it there. Yeah. See, this is the thing. I'm really good at understanding where I am in the cycle, but when it comes to actually executing the trade, I'm always a bit too late.
If you find that you're always too late, you just need to try to like wait for reaches, like corrective moves, like impulse correction. Price is always corrective, so you just need to have wait for correction. Like when price corrects, then you take the trade from there. So you just need to drop down to a lower time frame from the one that you would have seen that I think I've missed this trade. Then you drop down to a lower time frame. Then you look for a corrective move from there. Then you take the trade.
So
But
I
then,
was looking at this. I thought there was an M formation, but I felt like this was a higher high. And typically, I prefer this sort of structure where you've got trapped retail traders here, and the dealer doesn't come up and release them. You know. So I was hoping for a second leg to come up to like here.
but but usually it's also a possibility for the second leg to go higher above the first leg, so that it can also, not only does the dealer want to continue with the same amount of trade, it also wants to trap even more and hit stop losses, like stop loss hunt, to hunt more stop losses.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So people would add their stop loss like above
Exactly.
this area here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
so sometimes you might have the second leg higher than the first leg because of that reason, that the dealer wants to take the stop losses, and the dealer is all about taking stop losses.
So would you say this is like an evening star formation here, or you've got a railroad track sort of thing, like a bit of a quarter wood,
Yeah, quarter wood. It could be a quarter wood.
and a
Because of
retest here? Could be a good entry.
the nicest entry would be right after those three quarter wood candles. There is one bearish candle right there that closes below the 13.
This one here.
Yeah, that one. That's where my trade would be. So my entry is really
You've got like
simple. My
a
entries
nice
are,
rejection.
come again.
I can say there's a nice rejection off the 13 EMA as well. It
Exactly.
sort of bounced 13. Yeah.
So my entry is really simple. Name of a candlestick pattern and close above or below the 13 EMA. Then I strike the trade. No second thoughts after that.
Okay. Noted. Right, that's that pair then. I think I've missed that move for today, so I'm going to leave that one. Unless we get a nice retracement and a possible bounce off the 50.
Exactly. So another reason why you could be missing trades like this is that maybe you have too many pairs on your watch list. So you just need to like try and reduce your number of pairs on your watch list, so that you have like a number of pairs that you can even manage to think about, like throughout the whole day. Like, so you just have to pick maybe like a number that you can like, depending to how
Manage.
free you are and what your schedule is like. You just need to have like a number of pairs that you know that I can manage them well thoroughly, that I can never miss them.
Yeah. Okay. So how many do you think I should look at? Like, I'm doing this full time now, so I've got all the time in the world to check
Oh,
charts. You know.
okay. So as of me, when I started like with BTMM, uh I I started off with I started off with two pairs with GU and GJ. Why? Because they move very fast during the London session and sometimes during the New York session as well. So I could get my 30 pips very fast uh, for the day. So I started off with those two pairs. And as time went by, and as I developed like more interest in, as I also develop in large understanding on the strategy and on my strategy as well, I added more pairs. So you just need to start like with the lower number, then you just add more as you progress with your trading journey, and you actually feel it that now I need like to add more pay. I need to add like another one pay. I like this move. I like this move, and yeah, that's how I went about it. But to be telling you that this number is specific, that would be a lie. It's something that you have to develop for yourself, that I think I need to add more. I've mastered these two pairs enough, and uh I need to add like two or three more pairs to also master. Then you master them as a whole, then you just progress with your journey. So that's how you go about it. You need to start with a significant number, then you increase from there. Not like I hope you get what I mean there. Like,
Yeah, I fully understand what you mean. Definitely. So
yeah,
I've got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. That's too many.
yeah,
So I'm gonna whittle it down.
yeah,
I'll try and get like five, maybe. I'll
yeah,
try with
exactly.
five.
Exactly. Try to have a number that you know that even if someone is to wake you in the middle of night, you be able to predict that, oh, that pair I left it at this certain level and it should be heading either heading this level or it's heading at this level. Do you get that? Like, not like
Yeah,
you need to be guessing, like you need to master them like that. And it has to be pairs that you like as well, that you like see, that you like.
yeah. I heard a few people in Steve's course say that when you start looking at a pair for so long, you become really familiar with it, and you fully understand the behavior of how that pair is going to act.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly. Wow. AU is like really moving. It's really,
yeah. That'd have been a lovely entry down there,
yeah, it would have been. It would have been.
and it's going to possibly come up to this area here.
It would have been.
What else are we looking at? USD CAD.
What else? I think the live is left with about 4 minutes to end. So we could just go through like a few that you had.
So this here, would you say this is a level one safety trade here?
Vision. Can
Is
you
it?
go to the H1 time frame?
This isn't PFL. I'd say that looks like the peak formation low
Mm-hmm.
here,
Exactly.
and then up to level one, and then obviously go to the 15 minute.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is a
It's
level one.
broken out.
Yeah, it is a level
Yeah.
one, as you said. As you said, yeah, it is.
So where would you have entered on this one here?
And as in my check profit,
No. Where would you have entered this trade? So
or
you got the
enter the
first leg up volatility, second leg in. Could you have entered maybe on the break of the 13 EMA here?
yeah, because you can see right at the tip there, there are two railroad candles right there.
Yeah.
Can you see them? Not those ones, the one below, the ones below.
Oh, these ones here, the the tweezer top ones.
Exactly, those ones, those ones.
Okay, so you'd have entered like here maybe.
No, then after I see that, I'll wait. I will now be waiting for what? For a close above the 13. So this is my rule. I never enter a trade before the before the 13 has been is before price crosses over the 13. I will never enter.
Okay, so you would have entered here then, yeah,
Exactly.
and
Then
then your
I'll
price would have been. blueberry, I'm guessing.
My what?
Your target would be the blueberry.
Yeah, my target will be the blueberry, but I will move my stops into the profits. I'll move my stop loss into the profits. Uh, Once price gets to 30 pips. If I don't take the trade, if I don't, usually my target is 30 pips, but then if I don't exit at 30 pips and price continues above 30 pips, I'll move my stops to the 30 pips, that such that price when price decide to drop, I will still have my 30 pips and I'll move out of the trade.
Okay, I get you. Yeah.
Scaling.
So
It's
let's
called
say, for
scaling.
example, yeah. So let's say price you was up, say 40 pips, you'd move it to 30 pips, then you've always got 30 pips
Exactly.
in the
Then
bank.
exactly. I will know that my 30 pips is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's good. I like that.
Yeah, it's a method of scaling in the trade, so that either way you always win.
So would you say on this trade here that you've got three vectors to the low? This is a stop hunt. You got
Uh,
shark fin on TDI,
yeah,
outside volatility,
clearly,
second legs there. Yeah.
clearly, clearly, as you're saying, literally.
I think one thing that I do as well, which is a bit problematic, is that I expect it to always be 25 to 50 pips outside the Asian range.
Oh,
So
okay,
I'm always expecting it to come down to this sort of range here.
okay.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
with back testing now, well, do you use MT4 for those time frame for that time frame that you'll be seeing the like the Asian box drawn out and all?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I use the market maker template on MT4. Yeah.
Okay, so I advise you to back test, so and checking for how many pips it does. Then you see that price usually when it gives the stop one to the low, it usually sometimes does not even give the three vectors, and sometimes it does not give in the it